How's that for a little bit of nostalgia? It's the old intro from No Creek Farms in FS19. Kind of cool fishing that out of my archives and finding that to play it again. But how are we all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Nice, still dark here this morning, but it's going to be a nice crispy one. It's, what is it? I looked before, it's like 1 degree. So I think by the time the sun comes up, there'll be a decent frost on the ground. We're just going to make fun for football this morning. We're off to football training in about 2 hours, so it's going to be a nice, beautiful day will come, but it's one of those crispy ones to start with. But anyhow, how is everyone doing? Good to see you all popping in. Mark, welcome along. Finish farming. Daniel, Sean, welcome along. Gentlemen, John, Farmer G, Ant. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all dazed. Nice to see you, Waylon. How you doing? Min. Scott, how you doing, buddy? The memories, I know, right? Just hits you, that music, every time. Every time. Morning, Paul. Nice to see you. Valo, hello from France. One of our Power Team Esports men. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Lovely to meet you at FarmCon. Nice to have you in here. Yeah, you're about right there, Scott. It's going to be cold. But yeah, new series coming. Well, I'll go around and have a quick look. What we're going to do, though, I've got this field here is wheat. Am I correct? Barley, sorry. Barley, so that barley field's ready to harvest, and there's some oats over the road that are ready to harvest, but just having a look. The farm's expanded a little bit from when we were here last. We actually, over the last couple of years, managed to buy a little bit more on this side. So a little bit of a change there, but otherwise, things are much the same as how we left them, except for some changes to equipment. We'll go around and have a quick look at that. But I've tried also to keep a lot of the same stuff that we had, so we had a pickup with the gooseneck trailer. Still got the 40 series. Had a bit of an upgrade, we've got a 7R at the moment, but same plants we had last time. We didn't have a grain seed tender, so we've got one of those. That's a bit of a change. Planters have changed a little bit, well the seed has changed a little bit at least. The slightly bigger seed in there. But a big changes in this shed. Big changes in this shed. 9530 there. It's going to replace the old 9020 or 8020, whatever it was we had back in the day. We've got rid of the pull behind forage harvester. We've actually got one there, which will do corn, so we can do corn silage. And there's a grass pickup around the other side over here too. We can do that. I couldn't find a nice looking gleaner combine, so instead we've replaced it with this 9870 STS, which has given us a bigger header we end up keeping. But it's only a 35 foot, so it's not as big as some of them, but I thought that was probably an appropriate size for what we have running on. Matt grain truck there, portable corn heater out the front. But you minus 10 to plus 10 slightly chilly, not cold. I know, it's all relative, Sean. Hey Brendan, how you doing? ACG, good day to you. Welcome along. We got rid of the old, we had an old, whatchamacallit, swather mower, self-propelled mower. We've got the Vermeer mower, Vermeer Winrower, and we don't have a baler yet. I've been trying to find a nice looking baler, but been able to. Otherwise, we haven't actually got any of the animal equipment either, because we don't have any animal feed. Kinsey grain cart, what else we got? Self-propelled sprayer, which we did have before, but we had the yellow ones. Can't think of their name right off the top of my head too. Gosh, mind blank, it's too early in the morning for me. I think the Pro Force spreader. And we've still got one of the old grain carts over here, which looks like it must have a little bit of creep on it, because I didn't park it and leave it there. It's one of the J&M grain carts there, and that will work, I hope. I haven't tested any of this other Mac, but we've got the Eagle drive over auger, Soaring Eagle, partner here with a couple of the old augers from BC Bueller's old auger pack. So we use the red one for filling the silos in through the top, and this one pulling grain out of the bottom. So that's the plan. Hey Rusty, how you doing? You finished your live. I saw you were live just as I was about to start. So let's go and try and get this combine heater and everything out. Move the tractor and truck. And we'll go and get some harvesting started. How's the stream, Rusty? Good one. Yeah. It's out of the way as well. Might even use this truck. Let's see. This is the one with the new sounds on it. It's quite a bit different to what it used to be. Can you toggle the Jake brake? Well, you can, there you go. X will do that. Jake brake. Or Jake brake back on. That was pretty cool. That was one of those features that BC Buller added in their last update. I caught a little bit of Scott's live stream yesterday as well, playing on the Palouse map. Fun looking map. Fun looking map. Right. Really enjoyed having a good tour around. That was nice to get back. Every time I do them, I say it's nice to get back to doing a map tour. Cat just needed a hug from the shed after getting abandoned. Something like that. Relocating and rebuilding Grandpa's farm. Lost back. Okay. It's one thing with console, isn't it? If you get a corrupt save, there's no backups really to resort to. That pulled out of there. We'll bring this around the back, because we're going to start around in this one. I wanted to start in this field because this field's a little bit different this time around to what it was in the previous version. The previous version had the sort of the contouring and everything in it, but there was no grass or anything planted on it, so you kind of just harvested across it. But this time around, you can see it's still got those grass swales and things to try and control any water runoff. Pretty cool. Right, get this beast out. I haven't used this combine. I remember using it. We're in it. Let's see if we can maneuver it out of here. Easy. I might come out this... Oh no, we should squeeze past the long head. Yep, we'll get out. No worries. No worries whatsoever. Right, get this all unfolded. Let's groove it up and get this heater picked up. Right, done. Go around and whack out the cup if we went that side. It's got some volume to it, doesn't it? We don't have bailers and we're keeping the straw. So we need straw switch off. So we've got these nice textures. I love the destructible stubble. And we've got wheels, tracks. This looks so good, particularly when you're harvesting. Go to there, yeah. It's destroyed, and so you get those nice tracks. Corp, you're asking about the flexible John Deere header. That's just a mod hub, I think. It's the HD50. Was it by Microtoner, I think? But yeah, just so nice looking back across this. A little bit, it just feels a little bit different, just through the textures and slightly different landscaping and things like that. Decoration, but still the same map. Scotch Monkey did message me 3 or 4 weeks ago and said he was still working on a few updates for it, so Those haven't come out last time I checked. Might be something coming out at some stage. Game volume might be a bit loud. Let's see if I can adjust that text. Yeah. That's your fault, I missed that. How's that? Better? That might be the fact it's 6:45 in the morning. Hey Scorp, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Did you get that horse pack sorted out all good? I haven't heard from you, so I'm assuming you got it all installed as you'd hope it would. Yeah, just cool looking across there. Love it. This would have been the map I spent the most time on in FS19 by a long shot. I think our last episode I did on this before 22 came out was number 69, which is great in itself, isn't it? For comparison, Chilliwack I think it'd be second now, up to about 37, and that's got over, I looked the other day, it was about 220 hours or so on the save. So I must have been 300-400 hours on this save game, I reckon. Should go back and look, I'll still have it somewhere. You put that John Deere header on GDR. Perfect. Nice big header. It's actually nice to see how it articulated and how much group and that it had. No life in a grumpy wife. Just a couple of minutes there, Corp, just a couple. Hey Ruben, this is a South African farmer myself. I can't wait to go to Australia to start doing farm work for family. Love the videos. Cheers. It'll be a bit of an adventure. One I wish I'd done when I was younger. A retirement plan. By the time I retire, farming's probably going to be all automated and they won't need old fuddy-duddies to drive tractors. It's too hot today being out at the farmer's market. Started at 88 this morning and was 100 when we left. Wow. I was just saying before, Scoop, it's nice toasty 0 degrees Celsius here this morning by now. And I imagine we'll have a nice frosty white lawn when the sun comes up enough for me to see outside. Hey Bearsden Gaming, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you very much for your continued membership there. Appreciate it, mate. Hey Scotch Monkey, how you doing? Takes you back a few years, don't it? It certainly does. It certainly does. How you doing, mate? I was saying before that you'd dropped me a line a wee while ago to say there might be some updates coming at some stage, but it is nice to be back in here. Right, I'm gonna have to sort out what we're gonna do to get this combine emptied now. Here we go, 80% full, warning beep. Is there any New Zealand maps? There's a couple floating around. There was one called, gosh, which one got released? There was one that was converted from 19 to 22, but it was never really finished on 19. When I found it, the guy who made it did two. One was called Akari, and the other one was Otangati, I think. That's probably completely butchered those, but I was going to do a map tour of them both combined in 19, and then I had all sorts of issues with animals and whatnot. And the guy who made them didn't seem that interested in figuring anything out. And he's kind of done a conversion of it for 22, but they're not based on anything or anywhere. They're just a map. So yeah, just looking, that looks like a pretty good clearing to be able to get a grain cart into. So all right. Let's turn things off there. Up a touch. Auger out. Jump out and double check. Got some space. Awesome. That auger doesn't stick out very far past, does it? Right, over. Pipe tractor. I'm saying that we would have been pretty close to making it around to this point. If we quite would have. About 7% capacity. Have a look. Stupid fraud caused the card to be replaced on vacation, so you lost your 2 membership. Oh no, Pierre. I'm sure it'll still, YouTube still knows because I can look in the members lists and see how long people have been members for. So I'm sure YouTube will know you've been a member for that long. I'm sure it'll come back. Right, what I'm going to use the 40 series. I'm going to go grab that little JMF cart. Seeing me right next to the yard, and although I might need this to... No, I don't need this to run the augers anymore, I don't think. Right. Let's see if we can get close enough to pick this up and pull it away from its embrace with the shed. Just. Right. Run the whole way around the field. Go and get this emptied out. The edge is a bit rough on the edge of the track, as you'd expect. For the most part the map is fine. I did mess up the line texture and haven't got to all of the warnings yet. Ah, nice. Nothing too major then, which is good. And I think you've done a great job of it. It's nice to be back and playing it again. Like, I feel like I could drive this track with my eyes closed just about. It was a bit of a pity, Sean. It's a little bit. Hey, you ran aside, how you doing? Throwback it is, right? I even played the little No Creek Farms intro that I did. Did that right at the start of the stream. Pulled the video out. That little soundbite, which is pretty cool. Hey, Strody, how you doing? Good morning, no way, this is... Good evening. Yes, mate. Good evening to you. I can say good morning. Starting to lighten up a little bit outside. Any improvements? Just different, Mark. Same but different. Like it's the FS22, isn't it? Everything's different. But one of the most noticeable ones is in this field that those swales there, those grass swales, are actually planted. In the 19 version, they were part of the field. You could actually crop all of that. But otherwise, it's a pretty true to the original. It's cool, right? Get cover opened up. And under that auger, there we go. Happy days. When you check the main page, you've been a member for a year and 10 months, so still on track for 2 years. Nice, Bear. Thank you very much, mate. We were talking about it the other night because there was a bit of a competition. And I think Scott Freefor and I had a check. Scott and Fusion are both at 29 months, so they're certainly two of the OGs, but you're not far behind. Thanks for the pick on Discord, loved it. No worries, cool. I've actually found there is a Wilson Pace Setter pack on Mod Hub, which has the double trailer setup. Can't remember which way around, is it B-train? But using a hitch rather than a like a drawbar hitch rather than a fifth wheel. Right. Now we'll stay in cab for a bit longer. Turned on, put our auger in to make sure we don't whack anything. Holding in. So it's disappeared out of the mirror. Right. Carry on. Do you remember how many hours I played on this map in 19? I don't remember exactly run aside, but I reckon it was over 400. We were talking about that before. In fact, if I can get to a spot, I might see if I can pull up my old save game XML and see if I can find it. It was 69 episodes I recorded. And I was trying to compare it to like Chilliwack is over 200 hours, but I don't know. I'm interested to find out now. Because of course I ploughed all of this grass up because we had too much grassland with all the grass down on the other side of the cattle and that, so this all became part of this field. I ploughed this all up to be one field. Should have known it didn't take it because you don't have the new member badge, that's it. I need to try and do something to differentiate those member badges a little bit. We changed the background colour. Like a gold, silver, bronze for the different durations. Do it like a like your military stripes and have extra octagons around the outside for the longer serving members. No. Really enjoyed the FarmCon content from you while I was on vacation. It was very, very sparse here. Couple of shorts here and there. I was just actually saying midweek I've still got a video to put together of all my escapades. Mrs. Argsy was giving me a hard time the other day. She's like, have you finished editing that video from FarmCon yet? Like, no, not yet. We'll get there. What are the radios we've got on this one? Different monitors, radio. Going on. Right. It's not a bad job. Happy with that. Certainly certainly a loud combine. Chilliwack, that's it. Chilliwack. Put on the list of maps to check out. It's always growing. It's a good thing actually. I feel like there was a real sparse patch pre-FarmCon with kind of anticipation of maps coming out. In the last little while, and good to see some actually see the light of day. Aussie Farms, good to see that release for PC. Great if you could make it onto console, but I think his drive to do that's not at that high level at the moment, so he's 6 months behind, that's right. Because I haven't had much time to be around for live streams. I wanted to share that before. I went to Sun's on vacation, made it to 70 pounds, 32 kg. Wow. That's an effort, beer. Well done, mate. That is very impressive. It's like, what, 8 kgs a month, so 2 kilos a week. It's a top effort, mate. Well done. Hey, Mrs. Professor. Good morning. How are you? Nice to see you this morning. No, it's bad when the missus starts chasing you. Too right, Taste. Too damn right. Yeah, so this grass field in here on the left was one of the ones that we took a lot of grass off and ended up not needing the whole of the field we're in at the moment. Although towards the end of the series, as the animals started needing a bit more, I think we mowed this little bit out here for a while. Good fun, good fun. Hey, Farmer Trio, how you doing? Good morning to you. Welcome in. Bovine here as well. Good morning, Bo. How you doing, mate? You got Floyd with you this morning, or is it too early for him still? Jerry FarmCom was a mod desert. You're right. Thanks, Farmer Trio. Yep, getting there. It's ticking over. Slowly but surely. It's not a race. Speaking of, well, completely off topic, just noticed a headline on my phone this morning: Scotland beat France in rugby. Bit of a surprise, although it sounds like France had a B team. I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Hope no one wanted to watch that. My bad. I should have caveated that first. If anyone wants to know the Scotland-France rugby result, or doesn't want to know it, block curious now. Morning, Chinook, how you doing? You just finished work, coming off your night shifts, or are you starting, or are you on day off today? Ryan Orange, how are you? Has been a while, mate. It's been a while. Welcome in. He's up, but he's watching something else on YouTube. He's what, Bo? Is he cheating? Oh, that's Lloyd. Should know better. Well, we're going to almost make it back around to the grain cart, but not quite. You're watching a race, Ryan. I'm going round and round in circles. It's like watching a race. What race are you watching? In fact, oh, is it next weekend that the Kiwis are all racing at NASCAR, isn't it? Well, I'm saying that we've got to have a bunch of Kiwis in the Indy race this weekend. '98. So it's a 1600 litre tank. Here we go. 855, right. Do its thing. Back down this way. Run, 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 run. How's the... Oh, we're just about full already. I don't know how the 40 series was going to go pulling this cart, but just fine. Kind of croppers rugby, never heard of it. Just finished work, right. Maybe it's an animal feed. Certainly some animals who play it. Might be according to some people. You know, it's funny actually, Mark. I was just about to say it's Donna's. How's your mum Donna, Ryan? We were talking about, G was streaming yesterday. He was talking about some of the older meme kind of things. Like I've got, sorry I'm late. I had baseball practice. Blah blah blah. Things that have happened in streams, like it might be 3 years ago. They kind of become little jokes and things you comment about. That was one I always remember. Alright, cover on. Not that we really need it, we're just going up to the shed, but stop anything blowing out. Driving that slow would go him nuts. Gotta keep it realistic. Run it, gotta keep it realistic. So let's go in that next job. I'm gonna have to try and set these augers up. Gonna be a bit of a challenge, I haven't done that. I haven't used augers for a long time actually in game. Let's see if I can get that sorted out. Not Scorp speeds, Sean. No, that's true as well, Scorp. Watching NASCAR and Xfinity race in Michigan. Yeah, cool. EJ would be done with all the fields by this point. I mean, you'd certainly progress your farm pretty quick, wouldn't you? Next race you want to see is September 1st to 3 in Italy, which is Formula 1 Rally Gran Primo d'Italia. Grand Prix of Italy. Right, let's go and get things sorted here. So, an interesting little slide. We'll grab the red auger. Maybe let's navigate it out of here. Needed a little bit of super strength to put it in there. So what happens? Bit laggy. Why that is? Surface or something? I don't know. Definitely needed if you put on Windy Loads mod. Yeah, I've been following that along. Yeah, I haven't seen any updates on it lately though. But there might have been, in fact, is this all going to be long enough to get all the way up to the lid? Should be. As we make it go taller, it's going to get, that arm thing's going to get further away. Although there'll be a diminishing return point there. Oh. As high as it goes too. It's full height. Just resting on the bin. So my next question is, do these bins have a open gate? The lid? Right now. Opened it. Yes, it does. There we go. Lid's open. Right, first stage done. Let's try now. This one moved. Oh no, this one actually I could only get it to twist. There must be a way. See, if I unfold it, it only goes left and right too. Couldn't figure out how to get this to actually drive, or if it will actually drive. You actually have to use vehicle to move this one around. Well, that grain cart's not very happy at all. Morning, Yoss. Or evening for you. How you doing, mate? Just hurt your eyes while we bump our way through that. It's positioned. Ooh. Slowly, slowly. Oh, don't unfold it with that. Let's see. Concentration. Can't talk, concentrating. This is very similar. I use the drive over auger setup all the time on this. Right. Look at that there then. Now we need to hop in and unfold it. Look, if I do that, that'll automatically do it. Alright, let's find out. I've over and seen it as well. I'm getting a couple of local dirt track races here locally. I love the modifieds. So that's interesting because I've been watching Millennial Farmer with some of his racing, and that's quite different to our sort of modified stock car racing we do here. Alright, let's see what I've done wrong now. Drive over this. Oh, I get an overload trigger. Good. Oh. Ah. Didn't work. Do I need to turn this on? Stop engine, start engine. Maybe they don't work together. What's empty? It's not empty yet. What's my trigger to unload for that? I managed to get a way to raise that belt when I was playing around with it the other day. Nope. Course play, because I haven't changed that setting. What's the most annoying setting on course play? What am I doing wrong here, folks? Any suggestions? Oh, is that starting to go into it? No, it's still going on the ground. Goodness knows. Love the dirt that gets thrown up everywhere. Yeah, so we have stock car racing here, which is similar oval stuff, but really work. Right, well, we might ditch the drive over maybe if we can just unload direct into the auger. Might be our solution here. Well, I can figure out what I've done wrong. Oh, well, we'll see if I move this, whether it starts to drop any into that auger. You might be right, it could just be a trigger thing. No, nothing came out there, so we're just going to park it. Now, I'll figure that out later, or it's something simple. If we can do it this way. I mean, it could even be the red auger. I'm not getting a trigger for that one either. I wonder, you can hold that. I wonder if that changes how it picks it up. It's not picking up off the ground though. I've definitely moved the trigger at the top. That's definitely not in the right spot, is it? That could be it. What happens when you throw a whole lot of grain on the ground in front too? All sorts of fun. So this is the bit you guys never see in the background of making videos, is all the experimenting around and trying to figure out how to do some of this. Where's the setting I want? Later area. Again. I don't think there's anything in the silo because I placed them down and you're right, it does look like there's something in there, but clear that little bit. Won't even go forward now. Dumpty do, just talk amongst yourselves. See if we can move that around a little bit. Just like a real life spill. IndyCar driver from New Zealand. There's 3 IndyCar drivers from New Zealand. Ryan. The 2 Scots, Scott McLaughlin and Scott Dixon. Greatest IndyCar driver ever. It's controversial, I know. Oh, well, we're in that trigger box, aren't we? Can't go any lower, so. Feels like it's in the right space. Marcus Armstrong, who only does I think he's only racing on the road circuits this year round. We watch quite a few dirt races from New Zealand. Love the stock cars. They can get wild sometimes. Oh, they can, Mrs. Professor. So, where we live, Palmerston North hosts the Teams Champs every year, which is a 2-day event, and that's wild to go and watch. It's basically first driver across, but it's teams. So there's, you got four cars out there, and they're trying to block each other and all sorts. It's a blast. Hold that again. Don't know. I'm stuck. I'm stumped. Let's try something else then. We're gonna get something delivered. We'll try one of the other augers. Where are they? So let's try one of the base game ones. I think this one. Definitely used this one before. Let's give this a spin. And again, this is one that you can't actually hop into drive, can you? One you need a tractor hooked up to. This adds to the fun and complexity of it all. Fun part of the videos are on there doing. Sometimes I'll figure things out and then I'll explain it. Say this happened and this is what I did to fix it. Try a different bin and see what happens. Yeah, the one downside to this is we need to use this tractor. Power this auger. Here we go. Dump that there. Over this way. Door opening. Yep, we got that open. Now, lift that up. I just want to spin that out into a slightly better position. Done. Grab this tractor. Go see if we can fix it. Always reassuring watching the live stream struggles. Yep, it's that. You're not alone, runner. And before the jewels catch the auger. Thanks, Dazed. Not gonna have any issues. You're gonna be a good driver, that's all. Wonder if it's the trigger on these carts. Could be that. Can't even get that to unload. Where's the trigger? Where's the... wonder if it's these carts. Alright. Next job, next choice is to drop that there. Make a mess of the yard. We'll go and grab the Kinsey. We'll use that. That's what I'm wondering now, Corp. I wonder if it's the cart. Best Rex of Argsy came. There'd be a lot of beeping, I'll tell you that. Another part of the videos you don't see. Hey, is it barley in the silo? I don't think there's anything in the silo. So, I mean, it's a good question. Let's just have a look, because I don't think... So we've got no crops. Don't have anything anywhere. There shouldn't be anything in those bins. I think there's a fill plane in there to make it look like there's something in it. But I don't think there's anything in it. Be Starksy Rick if it was the train and the low loader. So that was a good one. Because it was literally about 3 minutes of me struggling to get it over and off and everything like that. And nothing I could do fixed it. Left the combine running too. Can't beat a hole in the ground. No, that's right. Every farm has an auger graveyard, don't they? AI driver trying to drive over the shed. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Leave that there. That's why farmers have multiple tractors, right? Back to it, back to it. Next choice is a hole in the ground. So if you're a little bit squeamish and like hedgehogs, you might want to block your ears for the next story. But I was out mowing the lawns yesterday afternoon, getting it ready for Mrs. Argsy was going to do most of it, and there's a couple of steep bits that she doesn't like doing, and then I was going around the outside of the lawns for her, but I'd weeded one of our gardens yesterday too, pulled a whole lot of grass out, and I was quite proud of my efforts. So I'm driving around ready to hand over to her, and I'm pointing with a big smile on my face at the garden I just weeded, saying, look at how clean it is, you know, didn't I do a good job, pat me on the back. And she's pointing at something, I was like, yeah, the garden looks great, looks great. Next thing she goes like this, I was like, what are you doing? And I got up to her and turned the mower off and handed it over, and she's like, you just ran over a hedgehog. It's like, what? It's like, there was a hedgehog. I thought you must have seen it. Was it dead, and did you pull it out of the garden? It's like, no, didn't see it. Unfortunately, I don't think it was dead, because it wasn't there when I was weeding the garden, so it had obviously crawled out from somewhere. So I then had to go and give it a gracious farewell and find somewhere to bury it in the garden. So yeah, I said to her, if you wanted me to stop, you needed to do something more than just point. I was wanting a pat on the back for how good my gardening was. Don't just point, like wave your arms in the air or something like that. Make a stopping gesture. Yeah. That was my contribution to nature. So the moral of the story is, don't go outside and mow lawns and garden. Stay inside and play computer games instead. The maps bins or base game, they are mod bins, Sean. They're ones that Scotch Monkey released to have here on the map. So I will do some more playing around with them offline at some stage and see what I can figure out. I'm sure it'll be a solution. Won't be that hard. Hedgehog Tata. Hope it wasn't Sonic. It kind of means Sonic. He would have got out of the way a bit quicker. Never even seen it. Be careful around school zones, please. Think you're dazed. I will be. Did I pay the last post? He's Bijo fertilizer now. I planted him under the Bijo trees. Like she just didn't care. Exactly. Exactly. They kill chickens. Yeah, no, they're a pest. As far as I'm concerned, Bo, they're a pest. They carry lots of diseases too. Not as bad as Victor Meldrew, misplacing his slipper when he went to deal with a noisy cat in the middle of the night, then replace it. Oh, yuck. He could have laid down in front of the mower, seems to work for the protesters. Exactly. Exactly, Mark. Could have. Hey, Ben, how you doing? See you. One bonus of hitting a hedgehog, you get to eat an ice cream to get a small stick. There you go. Didn't think about that, but yep. It's a possibility 2 days. Imagine that. Walking in, I've got a really nice block. You actually have to eat two so you could make a proper cross. There we go, Scorp knows. Scorp's thinking through the logistics of it all. Oh, the sun is... Well, sun's not up, but daylight is out the window, and it's not actually as... It doesn't look as icy and frosty as I thought it might have been. Imagine the scene walking in the house all pissed off. Dang, that's the 6th ice cream today. Oh, man. Excuse to Honey, I'm just going to go find a hedgehog. What for? I felt like an ice cream. Or two. Playing on Aussie Farms, Ben. Nice. I haven't had the chance to play on it yet, but that will be coming soon. Definitely going to have some time on that map. Pleased to see it pop out last week. See, Hawk's got that finished. It was a Viking hedgehog. You need the whole box to build the boat to burn it on the powder. Perfect. Perfect. Let's back to the map. You can see the co-op over there in the distance. Always felt like a long drive going the whole way along that road, but when you actually look at where it is, it's not that far away at all. Not that far away at all. Always impressed me that like a map like this, which only has a single farmyard, a single sell point, single co-op, all of that, would be so popular and so successful. Just goes to show what, you know, what's important to people in a map. Might not be, you know, having a town all the time or having a options for your farmyards. It might just be having a story or some character in the map. Which is what I think this has in bounds. We'll make it around to the grain cart again? Not quite. Close. Close. Simple can be better. You're right, Sean. Absolutely. I think it's what I enjoyed about that Palouse map. Like Camille was, you know, it still had the town, still had that sort of, you know, connection to somewhere. It's all based on real data, like this one is. In fact, I've found No Creek Farms on Google Earth, know exactly where it is. Pretty cool. Always like doing that, finding maps and that when they're on a real world area. But yeah, I found Palouse and had a look around that, and you know, it is what it is. Considering how big a grain area it is, I was surprised there wasn't more. What do we go to? 855. Stop there. I'm surprised there wasn't more big farms around on Google Earth. So when I had a look and looked around, there wasn't huge farms with big silos or anything like that. But still enjoy the simple Texas map. Yeah, that one seemed to be quite a hit for some people. It's cool. Pretty cool. You're going complex on GDR. You've gone back to playing FS19, Ben, for some of the maps. I've thought about doing that actually. Thought about going back and just for the hell of it, playing Lone Oak or something like that. Pick up some of those maps that were so well done. You know what, I reckon I didn't turn that auger on. That's what I didn't do. Well, that one didn't work last time. Oh, a little bit of a rise there. It's course just to skip over. Go down there, up there. That's why you love the Oaks, nothing over the top, just a good sized map with decent fields and sell points. Yeah. Yeah. About nailed it, Taste. Wine, beer, whiskey, and a lot more productions. I still haven't got deep into the productions. You know, taking wheat to make flour, and closest I got was on Stone Valley, starting the sugar production, but kind of fizzled out in the end. Miss Homeworld, still the best UK map ever in your opinion, still go and stare at it now and then. Oh, it's going to be a bit awkward through here. And see, that was always there in the 19 map. That was one of the ones, I think I filled that in. Some contractors in with some dirt and bulldozers and whatnot, and tidied all that up, recontoured that part of the field. Play on Camille's Red River Manitoba map as well. Yeah, cool. Home is on FS22. Yeah, see, it's become one of those tricky questions, you know, because no one can get hold of the Vanisher who originally made it to get their permission to convert it, and some people were getting quite aggrieved about the fact that they hadn't, you know, it was an illegal conversion. But it's hard when you've got some mappers like MRG right from the start of 22. He's like, if someone wants to convert my map, go for it. As far as he's concerned, it's in the public realm, but others are fiercely protective of them, so I'm going to take each one on its merits. Playing with GDR, started with a chainsaw on a Toyota LC. Nice. In beer, whiskey, more productions. Cool, man. Wasn't okay, yeah. But yeah, if you can't get in touch with the original model, what can you do? How do you go? Hey Nismo, morning mate, how you doing? Been enjoying Court Farms, trying to max out equipment size on those tiny roads. There's a limit. There is a limit. The roads are actually not the problem, it's the gates getting into the fields, isn't it? Even with Steel Horse and FSG's XML tweaks. Are we going to get this all in one go? Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. Oh. Oh, and then I do the wiggle. Ah. We're not aiming for perfection in this episode. This is just a nostalgic trip. Quality was lacking when you last checked. There's a time at which it becomes okay. I can fix and see, yeah. Yeah, look, I mean, here's the thing. You can make your own decisions if you want to play on that. It's like anything, right? Comes down to a personal decision and whether you want to enjoy it. You're enjoying it and everything's working for you. That's interesting. Have I not loaded my header? I load my header. Have. There must be enough of a little hill on the edge of the grass. Yes, there's a little bit of a mound there. It was just enough to lift the header up off the ground. Yeah, if you're enjoying it and you're comfortable doing it, do your own thing. You don't want to hear about the weather in New Zealand again. Oh, look. This is part of the reason I only went for a 35-foot header, because I knew with the terrain in these fields it might struggle to pick up some of the crop like that. So it even struggled with the, what did I have, like a 25 or 30-foot headers I had last time. I don't want to hear about the weather in New Zealand again. How's the weather in New Zealand been? It's a clear, crisp 0 degrees Celsius right now, but it has winter and it has been wet and cold. You cheat and drive through hedgerows, B. Again, that's what you do. Play the map how you want to. Did I watch the rugby yesterday? I did indeed, Ismo. Did indeed. New Iowa map coming out. Is that the one that DR Modding's doing, Brian? Can't remember the exact name of it. Oh, let's use the smooth tool. Schmoove. I don't need any tool to be schmoove, Sean. Oh, hey. Hey, MRG, how are you? Nice to catch you live briefly yesterday. I couldn't stay around, sorry. Good to see you, mate. Nice to see you enjoying the game. You know what? I know you say about using the smooth tool. That was one of the things that I always loved about this map, was just the character that some of those little things did. And kind of as a farmer in real life, you learn, you know, where your troublesome spots on your fields are. So you'd either come in and tidy that bit up, you'd smooth it out, or you'd farm around it, or you'd know to harvest it at a certain angle, or not plant quite so close to the grass or whatever. Figure out a way to work with it. And you'd get familiar with it, you'd know that that was always going to be an issue on that field. That's one part of the charm of it all. There's just a big depression in here. You can kind of get a feel for it. I think the header just gets locked up on either side. It floats across it. Same with those huge Macton headers. Yeah, and the big Juris Midwest ones. Like 60 footers. You take 0 over what you've got right now. Well, the good thing about having a nice 0 degree morning is you know it's going to be a beautiful day. Just ask Bono. Dad joke. Texas is brutal. So I've heard. I've heard. You're the opposite runner, you love it. Don't want my weather. We're not going to make it. So close. So close. Anyway, it's nice getting back and just driving a combine though. Drive over here. Look at this. This is an unexpected level of horizon amongst that. Drink carts. Cut through the crop this time. Gosh, it's funny. I saw Millennial Farmer put a Facebook post up about his wheat, and you know how he'd just taken the photos. Everyone's like, doesn't matter about the yield, it's not your wheat, because he's saying it wasn't yielding that good. And then you've got all the people defending it. They're like, it is his wheat, he planted it at his shooting park. Funny, you're the experts who get in there and say, try and drag him down. Trolls is what I'd call them. They feel the need to go in there and try and say, it doesn't matter if you're not getting a good yield because it's not yours. You don't have wheat, you're a soybean and corn farmer. What do you care? You get the people in there defending them. Go back and watch the episode on the 15th of April where he planted the wheat at the shooting park. Fun. Good fun. Yeah. How must that be? I feel like we're visiting the wife's ex-husband some days here, because I'm pretty sure Hal doesn't even get as hot as he does the last few weekends. The scales going up. I can't see them from in there. Yeah. Just reading how many litres there are in there, not pounds or anything like that, but let's see in here. 40? Ah, I didn't think we were going to get that whole combine in, but we did. Right, let's go and see if we can get this one to unload. Or else we're going to end up with trucks, trailers, grain carts just sitting on the sitting in the yard full. Let's do an experiment. Let's try both augers. Not this. We get a trigger on this one. Opening the window on the tractor. And to make the auger go up and down more. Need to be. Okay, not getting anything on that one. I'll try this one. There's nothing actually to turn that auger on or off, is there? I turn it. Okay, so I've just set it to unload here. It's unloading in the wrong spot. I just can't get anything to work. Just keep going, Argsy. Just keep throwing it at the ground. It'll figure it out eventually. Right, next challenge. Try this. Can auger wagons unload into... I don't know. We're finding out, runner. We are finding out. I was going to say, it would appear auger wagons don't even unload into trucks, but we'd get a trigger there somewhere. There's a finicky little trigger on this one. Here we go. Alright, see if we can clear up this mess. Clear area. Oh, not fields. Okay. Was I still... Let's see. We got the truck full. Truck's full. Grain cart's still in the way. Pick up the bus. Let's see if we can tip. Hooray. I'll claim that as a success. Ah, but it's not going into the silo. It's only just filled up the auger. Oh, there we go. Alright, now we're in. That's interesting, is it? So, oh, the auger needs to be above the trigger. If it's below the trigger, it doesn't tip into it. It's kind of got to tip into the top of the trigger. Look at that. Let's tip that out. This one here, was it above or below? See, I can't get that any higher, but it's below the trigger just. So that might be the problem with that one. Two months without rain, crikey. Mate service. Bairn Corp. Nice man. Success, yes. Some success. It's gonna take a while though, tipping it out of that. Oh, and it's not. It's the unload speed at the top. Okay, so I've got an animation. Is it actually filling the bin? Oh. Nothing's changing. Oh, still not getting anything. Oh, it's a bit of progress, isn't it? One step forward, two steps back. I might try now. Let's try this. Next option. This one out of the way. Now, we are going to bring that around. Let's demolish this one. And on. Let's see if we can just put down a base game silo. That one. Big. It'll work. I can get it in the right spot. Just need to move that auger. Get that one out of the way now. Don't know what you broke, but don't remember having these issues. Is that on 22, Beer? Off to log into the Oaks and see if you can get your farm set up finally. Nice, Bo. Good to have you there, mate. Have you there. Look now. One of these other bins down. Turn on snapping. Made it around. Made it around. We will take off. We'll put it on free mode. One down there. Now the downside to that is, do know, Pretty sure. Flipping that. Not doing anything. If I'm not mistaken, this will breach. This is what I've used on oh look, it's tipped it to the ground. Interesting. This is the auger setup I used on Griffin, Indiana. I know worked with this bin. Let's see if this works. Tribulations and trials. You off to Corp? Oh, bye. Yeah, tribulations. You're talking about what the title is. I thought you were saying goodbye. Hey, Kieran, how you doing, mate? It's a long time no see. How you doing? Get around for a bit, might be back. If not, have a good one, everyone. Don't forget to like. Cheers, Dazed. Yeah, we'll be going for another 30, maybe 40 minutes. Right. See how we go this time. Now, what are we running into troubles-wise here? Height-wise, right. Right up there. Now, if I remember correctly, there's a trigger somewhere on this one too to open a door. Round, cover. Does that. We go up the walkway, double check that's open. Right. Superman off the edge. Pretty much in the right spot. Just about there. Right, let's try this. Truck. Ah, goodness. Get something going. Oh, good, Sean. Talk about food. And Scorp's just straight in there. What is it? I'm on my way. I'll be there in 2 days, but I'm coming for dinner. Save me some. It's like seriously meat can try. Everything's going down. And are we? No, we're still not seeing anything on that. Still not seeing anything on that. But the truck... Oh, it's unloaded some, but probably only what goes into the... Oh, goodness. Right. I've either got a mod conflict or something's not working. That should. I know that should. I've had that working. It looks like it's working. Right, and turn that off. Let's do its thing. And I guess we'll open the cover on that and unload into the truck as well. Then we'll just sell it. We'll just take it down to the sell point and sell it. Pasta. Undecided. Animation says something else is alright. That's right, it's pretending to work very well. It is. Just like me, Scorp. How do you break bins and augers? That's usually clutch that breaks things. We're all special in our own unique ways, sure. Alright, where should we park this? Park this down here. Somewhere. We'll go and carry on. We would have got a lot harvested if I wasn't having to faff around with carts and augers and things like that all the time. You have to try and figure it out, or what is your specialty is taking the blame for breaking stuff. Alright, it's your fault, school. Your fault. See, Sean, thanks for hanging out with us today, mate. Well, the rest of your evening? Enjoy dinner, supper, whatever you choose to have. So long, we're only 4 likes away from 50 likes for the stream, which would be nice. So if you haven't taken the time to check if you've left a thumbs up, appreciate it if you did. I think what I might do, so here we go, we'll try and get this field finished. I'll keep my eye on the time with having to get to football. Pesky kids get in the way of everything. Scorp's fault, always Scorp's fault apparently, Mark. Taking one for the team. Hey Tim, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Yep, we're not doing well. Thank you, mate. Doing well. Kids football, Kieran. Kids football. My oldest son has made basically the local age grade rep team his age, so they have trainings for that on Sunday mornings, because, you know, every other day was taken up with kids activities. Why not add Sunday to the mix? Thanks, I'll pass it on. Any issues from your game has to come from Scorp too. Exactly. Chinook's normally there to blame Scorp, so he's just nice that someone else has taken the heat for once. I dread to think what Courseplay would have done trying to make this a course. If we can actually try that out as we're driving. Let's have a look. Close. Even detect a field. Field work? Cannot. It hasn't even detected a field. Put the targets everything right spot. Make it no bypassing the islands and Courseplay handles it fine. Except when it can't detect a field. Or is that an Argsy thing again? It's broken it. There you go. I must admit, I do have a swath of mods sitting in my mod folder, so it could be that. Holy moly. Interesting. Alright, I'll go and tidy this little piece up here. It'll be interesting actually seeing whether cutting in a different direction will sort out the issues we had down the other end. I don't think it will. I think it's a terrain level. Same reason why I'm missing those bits. Hey Tanner, how you doing, mate? Can't stay to chat, but at least you're back watching lives. Cheers, mate. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. Clean up. Actually done alright cutting it, and there we go. It'll be a case of cutting at a different angle. One more like for 50, someone push that thumbs up. We'll get there, bear. We will get there. Yeah. That little depression in there is just enough to get the header off the ground. Nice, thanks. Thanks everyone, 50 likes. Awesome. Appreciate it all. Speaking of cleaning up, rumour has it some contractor guy in Court Farms is looking for a wash hand. Do you get a call yet? I've had many calls, brother. It was a not too veiled reference, wasn't it? I said to him actually, I said if he was willing to pay me shillings to clean his tractors, I would have stayed in the UK and not come back to New Zealand. But he missed that opportunity. What's the scoop? His scorp was hitting the thumbs up and down. He was hitting it all the time. So when someone came in and was 50, then it dropped back to 49, and then he was 50th. How are we going to go against this edge? I reckon it's just going to be that top one. You can almost see it just looking across the field now. It's quite a dip in that part of the field. Oh, you would play because we were blaming Scott for everything. That makes sense, Bear. Take it gracefully, Scott. I'm sure it's a compliment. So I can tell you what my Sunday afternoon is going to be. It's going to be figuring out augers. Trying to figure out if I know what the issue is. Isolate the issue. Do this bit now so we don't have to come back and do it again later. Operator error. Highly likely. Highly likely. Kind of like you on your keyboard. It's karma. Hey Thomas, how you doing? Your afternoon will exist of lawns and smoking some pork ribs. Finally had a good couple of days a week. Nice. Odd days and weekend, yes. Absolutely. We did the lawn part yesterday. I tell you what I might, well I'm not going to do, but look, we've talked about this at stream, but look at this. Not that button. crash. Stop. Look at the size of the box. It's massive. It's huge. I had a moment of weakness last week. Been talking about it for ages, so I was like, it's on special. I'm gonna buy it. No, it doesn't have any motors in that one, Bear. I'm sure there'll be people out there who've done modifications to make it motorized, but it's pneumatic though. It does have pneumatics on it, so what can you do? You can open and close the grapple, raise and lower the arm, and then I think raise and lower the blade on the front. It's not weakness, you're an adult, you spend adult money. I know, but if I say there was weakness. So, I'll show you one other thing then. The Perseverance rover accidentally fell into the shopping bag at the same time. Couldn't get one without the other. I've got everything else space, so I wanted to get that too. But yeah, looking forward to building that. I'm keen to try and do it like during a stream, like have it set up, and particularly on the multiplayer server when we're doing big fields of harvesting and it's kind of just drive along, maybe have it just on the side, pull out a few pieces, get it set up to start building, you know, do a couple of pages each stream or something. We'll see. Be a bit of fun. I didn't ask my financial advisor, Scorp, because she would have said no as well. It's easier to plead forgiveness than ask for permission. Well, the only difference between the boys and the men is the price of their toys. Except I'm still buying kids' toys, Tom. But that's quite right. Quite right. Train hobby's way expensive. Yeah, I've overlooked a huge number of sets I would love to have caught, but yeah, you just got to draw the line somewhere. Interestingly enough, I looked at the skidder when we were in the UK, and it was, by the time I added the exchange rate, it was almost 100 New Zealand dollars more expensive in the UK than here. It was probably 25% more expensive. At least that was in the Lego shop in Edinburgh, so. Weakness is tank models. I'm currently finishing up an E100 and next up is ISU 152 and a Tiger. Nice. Oh, you and Corp would get on like a house on fire, Beer. One-sixth scale. That's huge. Oh, you're looking at the skid yesterday at the Hamilton. Oh yeah, how was that, Bo? You said the other night you were going to that. Worth it? I love veterans who still like toys that blow stuff up. That's just a bloke thing, isn't it, though? Alright, what do you reckon? I think 20 minutes. I think we'll have time just to finish this field off. And then we'll be able to maybe take the truck down to the sell point, maybe sell a load. See how we go. Go around this waterway twice. Be done. Finish the field, but have we noticed, or we'll take it to, we'll just go and sell it here. Although, the amount we've taken off here, I've probably got enough storage space with the trucks and grain carts, just, and leave some of the combine. Trucks and wagons, you need Scorp nose. The water in that little waterway almost looked like a smiley face. No grain bag mod in that folder. No, not yet. Yeah, probably wouldn't work either in your hub here. Rickshaw this year's outdone itself, Thomas is saying, and Bo's saying it's not as good as previous years you've been to. Uh-huh. Also tried a guitar at one of the shops, so you're now guessing for that. Might have to sell one of the collection. Need to just quietly you know, get the wife a Lego set bow, and then you tune up with the new guitar and say, remember that Lego? This is my present to myself. Consider it a reward for your promotion at work. Or just blame me. Say Argsy told me to. Farm Sim Bob, how you doing? Was I converted to using a steering wheel for Farm Sim after using FSG's while in Scotland? Are you sticking with the controller? I'm still sticking with the controller at the moment, Farm Sim Bob. I did love using a wheel, but stay tuned. Got a little something coming maybe this week if I can get it done. Should be this week, but stay tuned. I'm trying something new and different out on the controller front, so almost need that articulating header in a 35-foot wide option. It's almost a case that the 35-foot header is almost too big for these fields, just because of the way it catches on some of that terrain. Ground crew, a forklift and lots of bags used to offload rock or dirt into big bags. $2,000 guitar, that's a lot of Lego. I can think of 2 sets you could buy and you'd tackle that pretty quick. The new Liebherr crane's pretty awesome. That's $1,000 and you get the Millennium Falcon for $1,500 and you're there. I tend to look at too expensive things and then I get a choice. That's a good way to look at it too, Thomas. I'm just gonna miss my gig. Oh, just missed that. Yeah, I'm looking forward. Like, gonna see how it works out first. Some Bob, but it'll be interesting. I'm hoping it all works out the way I'm planned. I haven't even tried yet. It's only arrived yesterday, so we shall see. The keyboard has pressure sensitive ASWD keys, so almost like a controller. It's pretty cool. I haven't seen keyboards like that before. What sort of keyboard is it? That's kind of like the analog buttons on a PlayStation 5 controller. $83. Oh, am I going to get it all in? Very close. A little bit scruffy. You can see the bits that the Combine didn't like. But very high tech. I've got to have breakfast and get ready. Oh, thought I was going to miss a little bit there, but managed to swoop in and get it all. What do we got? We'll come back and do that little. This is when I need the super speeder DJ. Oh, what's that bit too? I thought I was going to pick that up. This bit's going to struggle because there is quite a big depression there in the middle. Coolmaster MK850. Interesting. Yeah. Have a look at that one. I've got one key being held on by blue tack at the moment. Did we get it all? I think we did. I'm not even going to try and battle with those bits down in there. It's us done. Oh, that's a bit of a rough ride with a full grain tank. I'm using Logitech steering wheel. Yeah, I do want to upgrade to something different. Unsure of what. Can't decide. Depends what you're going to be using it for, Thomas. You're starting to look if I was upgrading from a wheel. Something direct drive. Yeah, that goes right out of the air. Yeah. What are we going to do? Sprint up here. Truck engine warmed up. Get on back out, over the header trailer. Superman leaps header trailers in a single bound. Done. It's posted pics of the truck on your Discord that I used to fill the big bags with, and it was RC. I could drive it from the ground. That's pretty cool. Hey, Farmer Cowboy, how you doing? Remember your series on FS19? Then you started with your first. I did. That's right. Oops. Sneak through the trees. Didn't plan that very well when I moved the truck, did I? Yeah, it was in fact a series when I got a mic and started doing more than just time lapse. A long time ago. Here we go. Let's unload the truck. Get ready to get down to the shop. It takes forever when you want it to be fast. Right, let's go. Quite like the paint scheme I did on this truck, actually. The black, red and white look quite cool. So, as I said earlier on, these are the fields over here that we also own. So this field 19, that was a grass field. We took a lot of hay and silage off that field. Yeah, we drove this road a number of times. Will be direct drive just brand. So have a look at Moza, M-O-Z-A, Thomas. I meant to be really competitive price-wise and technology-wise with Fanatec. from my research. So certainly if I was going to spend any money on it, I'd look at that as an option. One thing I've read is that they do like a $60 brake modification kit which adds in springs into the brake pedal. Meant to really improve its the brake pedal feel. So looking back, you can see the field we harvested over there. Not quite make the combine, but you can see the yard. Oh, there's the combine. I just see it, right. I knew there was a corner coming up. So, sell point, same as it was last time. Drive through the white shed. Should be able to unload. Let's see if this works or not. We tried all sorts of things with the silos dazed. I can't remember whether I sold and bought a new silo when you arrived or... Right, there we go. You get some money. Money's going up. Happy days. Something worked. Hey Big A, how you doing? It's a off-stream play around when I can curse and swear. We'll give that a go. Here we are. Well, that worked. That $10,000. Bad. Bad for a day's work. Right. Head on back to the yard, but that's us done. If we didn't have all those issues with the grain carts, the augers and everything, the silos, we probably would have been into another field today, but I don't know if you guys enjoyed this. It's been fun. Having a bit of a chat. I thought this might be my Sunday morning cruisy stream setup for the next wee while. And a couple of months or something, just playing around on this series. Well, not so much a series, but just playing around on the map. Kind of reliving some of our past enjoyment on it, because I had a lot of enjoyment out of this one. To put up until the next time, yeah. Next time. It was a good stream, thanks, very relaxing. Nice days. We do have, this is going to be massive. I didn't actually show you this, but these fields down here have got corn in them. As does the one over the road. So that's going to be a massive harvest when we get to that. Need to text in your reply. Yeah, I always try to, Thomas. Try to keep up with the chat and talk to everyone. That's what I enjoy the most about it, actually, is interacting with you all. Anyhow, it's nice to just chat. It is just nice to play the game and just chat and not have the stresses and worries of trying to be 100% authentic and doing things the right way. And it's also fun to have you guys here to potentially try and nut out some solutions to issues, but yeah, we'll do some work on this and see if we can figure out what was wrong. Looks like it's still unloading. It's still putting grain into the shed, but it's empty. The silo is empty. Anyhow, right, I'm off. I am off to football. So thank you all very much for hanging out today. It was a blast. A lot of fun being back here. And like you say, just chatting and everything like that. So yeah, let's make it a thing for the next few weeks. And just enjoy it. Anyhow, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you again on Wednesday night. And yeah, no doubt we'll see you around and go well. Catch you again soon. See ya. Bye.